And as I was interviewing her, they just released like 3 rats on stage. And she didn't realise, and they're just all like going on their feet. She went mental.
Oh, that's pretty bad.
Absolutely mental.
There you go. Feel free to coffee.
Sweet. Cheers.
Start with the same question that I ask everybody. Because I didn't realise I was asking everybody it. But then I kind of settled into asking everyone it.
Which is...
How long have we known each other?
3 years?
I don't know. I love asking people this question because it automatically makes them consider like where they are in their time and where I am and when we met.
Yeah, 3 years.
You think it's 3 years?
I don't think we've actually spoken to each other properly.
No. I had this thought as well because I suddenly realised that to say we've worked together
Yeah.
on the same team
Yeah.
for a period of time and we were in the same room for a period of time, we haven't sat back and had a conversation
Until about 6 months ago.
until 6 months ago.
Yeah. So, known you for 3 years. Spoken to you
A few times.
Yeah.
And yet, yeah, you know, that works. I know a fair amount about you, I think.
You think? Fair?
I don't know, I know you like Warhammer.
Pretty much.
Which came up today. I didn't learn that today though.
No.
I know you like cosplay.
I'm bad at it. But
You're bad at cosplay.
Yeah.
I vividly remember you having a rant about cosplay.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
That's a great subject for a podcast.
No.
Your hatred of bad cosplay.
It's not.
But then you just said that you do bad cosplay.
It's not bad. It's just something that annoys me.
Okay. Kind of like me and Ugg boots. I really hate Ugg boots.
Fair.
Because they ain't boots.
They look real comfy.
They're slippers though.
Yeah. They are slippers. Yeah.
I'm fine if people wear them as slippers because you're indoors, you know, whatever. But to call them boots and then wear them
Outside.
in the outer world is disgraceful.
It's like same with jogging bottoms.
Yeah.
To me, they're inside trousers.
I don't see how someone could wear jogging bottoms whilst jogging because it would make you too warm.
Yeah, but people do it in hoodies. You see people in the gym that's like lifting hoodies and just like,
yeah,
what are you doing?
It's disturbing.
It's weird. I don't like it.
Disturbing. But it's not as disturbing as knowing someone for 3 years and not having a conversation. What's more interesting is that I had a conversation with Charlotte before I had a conversation with you. Like an elongated conversation.
Yeah, that's probably true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is a little strange. But we'll go on to my next question, which is why I always follow up with if there's no topic at hand. Because this podcast is like a wild card in terms of what we usually do. Which is, what do you do, Brett? Outside of work. What's your thing?
A thing.
Your thing.
A thing is nothing.
Nothing.
I don't have a thing.
I don't believe that for a second.
Like, nothing, just play games. That's like,
I really don't believe that.
That's what I do with like 90% of my time.
Everyone has a thing. Like a thing which they want, or like do, or have a heavy interest in.
Nope, other than Warhammer. But even then I'm not like a mad fanatic. I enjoy it.
Yeah.
But no, it's playing games.
Playing games?
Yeah. I try and make games. I'm bad at that as well.
See, that could be a thing.
I don't get programming.
Yeah, I don't get programming. I don't have the patience for programming. I don't like the fact that it's not like clay, where you can just shove some clay together and then it'll work.
I like visual feedback. I don't have to look at 300 lines of code and be like, what does this actually do? Like, I want it nice to be like...
So you like design?
Yeah, I like design.
Yeah.
But I don't really do it. I say I do it, but I don't do it.
Well, yeah, but that's like me. I do art, but I don't do art.
So I should have done it at uni.
What did you do at uni?
Games production. Which...
Is all code.
No, it was kind of like a jack of all trades.
Yeah.
But like a master of none kind of
thing.
I
get that.
Because it's geared for like a producer kind of role. So you know enough about everything, but then when you actually come to find a job.
Yeah, I'd agree with a lot of that. Because that is contemporary lens media. And so it's a media production degree, but aimed at fine art.
Yeah.
So you learn how to use a camera and you learn how to write a script, but you don't learn any of that from like a production standpoint.
Mm-hmm.
You just learn how to make a film on your own.
Yeah. What? Okay.
So like you come out of it and you're like, cool, so I want to go apply for TV. Can't apply for TV. because you've never learned multi-camera setup. You only learned film setup. So you're
Mhm.
like, cool, I'll apply for film. You can't apply for film because you never learned script writing properly.
Oh,
You learned script writing under your own steam to write scripts for your films, not to
for
write
other people.
high standard scripts.
yeah.
So they kind of give you this list of skills, which weren't skills, because you learn a little bit of everything, enough to make your film, enough to make an independent film or like an art film,
Not a proper.
but not to make
film.
it like a proper film.
No.
And then you come out and you're just like, cool, so I can't apply for anything.
But then indie films do pretty well.
Indie films do
Well-
pretty well, yeah.
Fairly well.
It costs you an arm and a leg.
Not as well. Because, like, I think my favourite like, indie movie is going to be Indie Game Movie.
I still haven't seen that.
It's great. It's real good. They did like a follow-up as well.
Yeah?
Yeah, that was real good.
Is that... Well, maybe I have seen that. Is that got Super Meat Boy in it?
Yeah.
I have seen that. I've seen bits of that, and then he gets... Because I remember watching it and thinking that the guy in it was a bit of a tool. He's making that like 3D rotating world one. And like I looked at it and I was like, cool, I like the whole thing of it, but every interview with him throughout that film paints him as a bit of a tool.
Oh, you see, like, I like that guy.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think, like...
I mean, I can appreciate it, but if you watched that film, you would just think he was tool. If you knew nothing else...
See, I find him the most likeable in that movie.
Really?
'Cause, like, I don't like the guy who made Braid.
Okay.
Nothing to do with him, but I don't like his game. It's not that I'm bad at it, I just...
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. There's something about it doesn't sit right with me.
I think maybe, like, in terms of the people within it, my favourite ones are the ones who made Super Meat Boy. Because they just seem to be kind of like pushing for it. And there's only one moment where I really remember it, where they get a bit pissy, and it's like on release day, and they're
Yeah.
annoyed because like they haven't uploaded it at the right time or something like this.
Yeah, see, I find in that, like, the programmer guy is a bit of a knob.
Right.
But he's kind of got the right to be, because he's like the only guy, like, proper hardcore programmer in it. Because I think the artist does some,
Hmm.
but he's more of like a level designer, artist,
Mhm.
game designer kind of guy.
Okay.
But yeah, no, I think Phil Fish, the Fez guy, I like him.
So there's quite a few like indie films about games. There's one which I watched recently, which is like I was like some guy who held the world record for some arcade game. It was like Miss Pac-Man or something, but it wasn't Miss Pac-Man.
Oh, is this
And it was about
Fistful of Coins?
maybe.
Or something, it's like a Donkey Kong.
No, this was more like
No.
a snake.
Oh, because I know there was one a few years ago. And it was about Donkey Kong.
Right.
But I never saw it.
No, this one was like it was kind of like a snake game. It was like a really old one, and he'd basically done it by accident when he was a teenager, where he got like this world-breaking score. And then there'd been loads of discrepancy about people beating his score
Mhm.
because people who'd beaten it hadn't been under proper conditions at this like one location in the middle of America. So they were setting up like a thing of trying to get an official like stack thing, and that was a really interesting one because it's like they keep breaking the game, but it's like the circuit board keeps breaking because
Yeah.
the game's so old. And then there's at like one point some guy beats him, and it's because his circuit board had like shorted at one point, so he was getting a slight advantage because it was running slightly slower
Oh, wow.
than every other game.
That's crazy.
And they'd like got it down to like that minute level of that needs to be redone. Yeah, it was absolutely insane. We were watching it because he's like freaking out throughout the entire thing, and they're going for like 24 hours playing an arcade game, like stood up.
That's crazy.
I've considered doing like gaming marathons, just
No.
because it doesn't seem that hard. I know it is, like the endurance level is insane, but
Like, I know at uni, there was a gaming society did like 24-hour things for charity. But I was just like, nah, I can't stay up 24 hours anymore. I'm getting old.
I keep thinking I might. Like every so often I get the itch to stay up for 24 hours.
I get it after work sometimes. I'm like, oh, I could especially on a Friday, I could just stay up.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, I'm going to stay up. I get home, half an hour later, I'm at home, slippers on, I'm just like, yeah, I'm going to bed. I'm going to go to bed.
So when you say slippers on, I just picture you like in front of a fire with some like brandy and like
no.
a smoking jacket. Just
Oh,
like
no, at all, no. While we're at work, slippers,
yes.
and then I'll probably watch Netflix or YouTube, and then fall asleep.
That's a good way to go.
When I did fall asleep, because like I know Sundays, I stay up like super late.
Yeah.
To get back in sleeping pattern because I sort of switch it.
Yeah, I
Weekends.
switch mine every weekend.
Um.
People think it's insane.
Oh yeah. I always get told like, oh, you're crazy. I was like, yeah, but like I find it like it's a real weird skill to have just to be able to change your sleeping pattern on a dime.
It is being like I can do it in an afternoon if it needs to.
Yeah, I could like if I need to get up at 9 o'clock tomorrow.
I'm not necessarily sure that's a good thing. Like, can you imagine when we're old, like 60, and we have an erratic sleep pattern? Because we just decide that, that's the time we've got to get up and go change that light bulb.
Exactly, you've got nothing to do. It's kind of like, I was thinking the other day, like, when I was at school, I remember, like, I wish I was working.
Yeah.
Can't be bothered with school anymore. So hard.
Yeah.
It was like so hard, and so it makes me sound like a proper, like, oh, it's so hard. But it's just sort of like, oh, I won't be able to have money, I won't be able to buy things, don't have to do anything. And I'm like, oh, I wish I was back at school.
Oh, see, I hated school.
I hate it, but I'm just like, no worries.
Nothing could make me want to go back to school. Not even like the lack of responsibility.
Oh, I guess, yeah.
Like, cause it's that kind of thing. I think, especially with like school, I found a lot of people do look at it with rose-tinted glasses. Because they go, oh, it was great, I used to hang out with my friends, and, we were 16, and we used to get drunk, and then hang out in a field, and I had no responsibilities, there was no rent to pay.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, yeah, but that was like 10% of the time.
That is true, yeah.
Like, not to diminish people's want to be young or anything.
But then, unlike the hindsight, not hindsight, other side of things, I don't have to worry about exams every year.
That is true.
I don't have to do any coursework every year. Just like, oh, go to work, and that's me.
There's no risk of getting beaten up on a daily basis.
Well, it kind of depends where you live.
I think that was just me.
But no, yeah.
Yeah. So adult life's not that bad.
It's not that bad.
No,
I'm not saying it's bad.
We make it harder than we need to. Adult life.
I also think that because when I was at school, my friends' parents were always like, "We should try harder at school," and everything. And I'm kind of like, is our generation going to be the first generation that could potentially be saying, "I wish I'd tried harder at uni"? Because I know, I did alright at uni.
Mm-hmm.
Probably could have done better. But I wish I'd done more stuff outside of it, rather than going home and being like, yeah, well, that's me done. I'm going to spend 8 hours playing Mountain Blade.
Yeah, I guess. My problem with uni was, I came out with. What did I come out with? 2-2? Yeah, I came out with a 2-2. I wanted a 2-1. But I physically don't know what I could have done more to get that 2-1. And that, in a way, is my problem with uni. Especially my arts degree. Because it's so subjective.
This is the thing. It's I came out with 2-1.
Yeah.
I was happy with that. But for one of our modules, we had to make a top-down map design for a first-person shooter game, and add 3D elements to it, so physical models into it. There's someone who'd made a full-on polystyrene thing. They cut it and everything's hills and put everything on there like a full almost topological map of it. And I got a 2-2.
Right. Yeah.
And I'm just sitting there with a 2-1. I'm just
what is the difference here?
I didn't how would I get higher than that guy? Because I know they're quite strict on the whole thing. Because one is make sure it's between no more than 35 pages for an assignment. This guy done 160.
Right.
He got that third. Yeah. Or a low 2-2, and he complained. And they were like, you can't follow a brief.
Yeah. You didn't follow the step within the brief.
30 pages. Yeah. 35 pages max. That's it.
Yeah.
He's there Matrix, just lines of text.
Yeah. No.
But no.
I think it's one of those things. I think we were. I think. How old are you?
25.
25?
25.
Okay, so you went to uni 2 years after me. Because I'm 27. So.
I had a gap year.
Okay, so 3 years after me? 1 year after me.
I graduated 3 years ago.
You graduated 3 years ago. Okay. I graduated at least 5 years ago. So it's one of those kind of situations where you're part of the same problem which I was part of, which was something which I discussed what will be when this is released, in my last podcast, which was the idea that we're both within a decade where we've never had financial prosperity. Because when I joined uni, I was 18.
Mm-hmm.
Recession hit.
Mm-hmm.
So for 3 years whilst I was in uni, the entire country was in recession.
Mm-hmm.
I came out of uni and the Conservatives won the election,
Mm-hmm.
which meant I went into austerity when I came out of uni.
Yeah.
And then that's continued. And it's like one of those situations of like, we're all within that same period of, there's never been a time when the country's been considered well off within the last 10 years.
It was like, even after that,
Yeah.
you got Brexit, which just full on hacked the pound down.
Yeah.
And even now it's still...
So regardless of how well you did at uni, unless you had opportunities kind of waiting for you or knew the right people, it was kind of redundant. I mean, I went to uni initially as a safety net. I had no intention of going to uni, and then I went because I was like, the recession was about to happen, and I didn't really know how I wanted to get into film. And I was like, cool, I'll go to uni. That gives me 3 years, time for the economy to recover.
Well,
and then came out of that beautifully into unemployment for 2 years.
well, because I was like, at sixth form, I was feeling like, yeah, I'm going to do uni. No one want to do. Applied for the unis, got my places. And then like second year, sixth form, I was kind of like, I don't know if I want to go. Because I started working at a supermarket and I was kind of like, yeah, you know, I could get a career on this, you know, management's not bad. Go for that, start pushing for them. Like, starting next year, uni prices are going up to £9,000. I'm just like,
Off to uni.
I'm going to go this year, so we're going to cheaper. So I went. I don't regret it. I love it.
No.
But then I was lucky to know someone on the day of my graduation.
Right.
Or no, about 3 months before my graduation, who worked.
Yep.
There, so yeah.
Yeah, I think.
And even then, I wasn't going to apply for it because last night shift. I was like, oh. It's like might be like a few months. And I'm like, oh, can't commit to living. I was like, nah, do it.
3 years later.
3 years later. Okay.
I think it takes a very. I think it takes a special mentality to survive night shift for 3 years without some sort of gap, like health wise.
Mm.
I mean, yeah, the fact that we are both people who can switch our sleep patterns it's a huge bonus.
Mm-hmm.
But then I think it's weird because like a lot of people find it strange. But then my dad worked shift work for his entire life practically, so yeah. I'm real used to people just upping and going and then going to bed.
Well, like I said before, I was at uni, and whilst I was at uni, like holidays, I was temping at a supermarket back at home, and that could be anything from a 7 o'clock start one day, the next day it would be like a 9 o'clock start, or 11 o'clock start, or 1 o'clock start, or they're like, oh, it's starting at 1, but we need you until midnight.
Right, yeah.
Or I only do a night shift next week, and that was like 10-hour shifts. Yeah. And that was when I was like, oh yeah, I'm still like awake after work, go to sleep, wake up because I have dogs at home.
Right.
And live in like a, not like a big housing estate, but there's quite a load of houses around the kids and everything, so some holidays. And then also you can some like 2 hours sleep, 10-hour shift, let's go. Yeah. It's fun.
Yeah, I can't say I think I ever. I don't regret uni, but I would have done uni different.
I think I would have gone to a different uni.
Yeah, so
maybe.
I'd have maybe done a different course.
See, there's a lot of people at work who did my course.
Yeah.
They despise it. Like, for all like, oh, I wasted my life. Wasted like 3 years of my life.
Oh, same with ours. Anyone I speak to about our course, there's very few people who are like, yeah, that was great.
I'm like, it was good. Like, I did at least one game jam every year.
Yeah.
Went to a couple of talks from like, Richard Bartle, who did like the first like online game, like multiplayer.
Okay.
What are they called? Mods?
Oh yeah.
Multi-user.
Yeah.
Something. I can't remember.
Something.
But that was real interesting. And yeah, a few talks here and there.
Yeah. I think maybe that's where I went wrong in uni. There was a few of those and I never went.
I think it's I don't do anything else other than that. Went to uni, lectures done, so I'm like, yeah, no more work.
Yeah, I went to all my lectures. And did all my coursework. But yeah, I mean, but then whilst we were in uni, there wasn't, at least in our course, there wasn't the opportunity. A lot of it improved when we left. And it was mainly because we complained about it all.
our course got scrapped. I'll be with the last year, I think, to do our course.
Yeah.
So like, there's no point running like 2 gaming courses. I'll just consolidate them all into one.
Yeah.
So in third year, we kind of got brushed under the carpet quite a lot. There's quite a few like professional talks coming from like EA and stuff, and we knew it an hour before
Right.
the talk.
Yeah.
And then when we complained, they're like, just a communication error. And it's like, no, everyone on the other games course knew about it.
Yeah.
No one on our course did.
Yeah.
So that's kind of annoying.
Yeah, we used to get a lot of that because there was a photography course and there's a media production course.
Yeah.
So like you pick up the pamphlet. Oh, there's like an advertised thing. It's like, oh yeah, you come do film and come do this, and you're like, so guys, we're over there.
But yeah, 'cause your building's like quite.
Oh, it isn't anymore. I
No,
think,
it was
the
the nightclub, wasn't it? Like near the nightclub.
It was Thomas Back House. It was near a nightclub. It was like across the road.
Yeah, because we had a friend who did it.
Yeah.
Did.
And we were like, there was graphic design, fashion design, and our course. Well, graphic design and fashion design are hugely funded and heavily advertised. And then we got the top floor where nobody went. It was like, cool. I do think there's a level of unis now where they need to kind of rebroach how they approach students. I know like a lot of places have improved, but there's no preparation for what happens after uni on a lot of courses.
We did in our third year. We did like professional practice,
Right.
which like first semester was about ethics and like professional like standards and everything. And the second like semester, at first like, I was like an exam, and second semester it was you had to write a CV, covering letter,
Right.
and do an interview based around a series of jobs they'd gathered.
All right.
So you weren't actually like applying for the jobs, but they are like real life.
Yeah.
Like job adverts that have been about. That was alright. Like, a lot of people were like, I don't think we should spend our third year doing this. It's pointless. Why can't we just have like another optional course? I'm like, hey, I learned a lot, right? Because our school never really did anything about CVs.
I mean, our course didn't have any of that.
No.
Like, literally, the only kind of exit thing which I had from my course was we had one lecture, where we sat around and they were like, cool, so we want to know your concerns about when you leave uni. Obviously, like, what your worries, that kind of thing. And they were all, like, massive questions about, like, how do we get in the industry? And where's the best place? What kind of jobs can you get with this degree? And all this kind of stuff. And they couldn't answer it. And they were like, oh yeah, we'll do a follow-up. And there was never a follow-up. And that was our exit from the uni. And it was like, wow. And I know a friend of mine, because he came out with a lower grade than expected as well, he had like a complaint interview afterwards for like, it was like a month. He had like 4 meetings with the heads of our course because he put in like an official complaint.
Oh.
To be like, something's wrong with this course. If these people are getting grades which they're getting, then we aren't being prepared for the right grade levels, and you're not helping anyone on exit. And it's like absolute cluster, just a cluster at the end of it.
Because I know we had like a couple of lectures in the third year where it was kind of like winding down to the end of the year. So they had a woman come in from the like employability department of the uni, but because everyone on computer science were the phenomenal lads and everything, they were like just shout over and stuff, and just like, this is actually useful. Shut up. But it was weird because we were in the similar. I know a few people on my course like got heavy into like programming or 3D modelling outside of uni. But if you didn't do any of that, thoroughly unprepared. Just looking at this like, let's have a look at this. Oh, can't do that. Oh, look at that. Oh, can't do that. I mean, probably could have done if I had actually tried to program more. I don't like it.
I mean, there's still time.
There's still time.
Yeah. I mean, I'm edging 30 and still trying to start a career. I think it's worrying when people look back to like when they were kids, like real kids, like 6 to 8 year old, and they think, I'm not doing what I wanted, not doing what I dreamed of when I was a little kid, and it would be physically impossible for me to do what I was dreaming of because I wanted to be everything. Like literally anything I ran, it was like, cool, firefighter. I could do firefighting. Let's go fight some fire.
Easy, right?
Oh shit!
Pipe.
Vets. I like being a vet. That'd be ace. I get to work with animals. Let's go do that. It's like, anything you introduce. A stripper. Fuck it. Yeah, why not?
Easy.
You know, I could walk the street.
No, I think I'm one of the lucky people. I always wanted to do something with games.
Yeah.
So, kind of lucky.
My problem is I have an interest in everything. It's the same now. It's why I've got like 50 billion projects on the go. I'll never finish any of them.
No.
I'll just go around in a spiral until I burn out.
I start so many things, like, on like game engines and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, I'll start with, that'd be a cool idea for a game. Make like 3% of it. Get stuck on something which I can't program.
Yep.
Try and find tutorials on it. Find it. Implement it. Don't like how I want it. I'm like, I've got this great idea for another game. And I'll start. So you just go on there and it's just like game projects. About 50 folders and it's just like, yeah. They're all dead projects now. I can't remember what any of them are.
See, I don't believe in a dead project. This is something I was discussing with Rob the other day. I think everything is constant. So like whatever you're working on is you're still working. Even if you've got in your head that's dead.
I'm on a 5-year sabbatical.
Well, that's the thing. Like I mean, I have a script which I'm doing at the minute. I started it 2 years ago. I ain't touched it in 2 years. I started again this week.
Nice.
Just like picked it up and was like, I'll work on this for a little bit. And I think it's because of that thing of like you even regardless of whether you end up finishing it, as long as you start it, when you return to it, you've still got something to work from.
Could still some more, yeah.
Yeah, go for it.
Nice.
I'm a deprived person of a coffee. That'd be ungodly. Not that I'm God. I could be God. If I tried. I wouldn't be a just God, though.
Oh, no.
I would not be a fair God as a God. I wanted to be God as a child.
Oh, fair.
I mean, I still have dreams of my dream job, which I decided when I was about 16, full of angst and hatred for the world. Not like now. I mean, I'm a friendly ghost. Was I want to be emperor of the world, not king, emperor, because emperor has a nicer ring to it. And it's like the idea of being emperor.
That's a lot of work.
That's a lot of work. That would take me.
Emperor is a lot of work.
Emperor is a lot of work, but I'd be emperor of the world, so it wouldn't matter. Because all problems would be solved by the emperor of the world.
Excellent. That's a good idea.
I think that's a great job to have. I have no idea how I'd get to that.
No, I think...
Give me enough time and coffee.
No, when I was like 4, it was, oh no, I want to make games, because we got like, so like, me and my brother, my parents and grandparents also like chipped in.
Right.
And between me and my brother, we got like a small TV and a PlayStation 1.
Yep.
So I was just like playing it loads. Just like, that was my life then, like from there until now.
Yeah.
It's games. Then, I think, GCSEs, so what, year 9, year 10?
Mm-hmm.
I was just kind of like, I want to try chef. I want to try and be a chef.
Mm-hmm.
Did like food tech at school.
Okay.
I was just like, no, I don't want to do this anymore. Nah, don't want to do this. Don't like it. I've burned myself far too much. And it was just, I distinctly remember, we had to make like a lasagna.
Right.
And lasagna's easy, right? Mince, pasta.
Yeah.
Easy.
Cheese.
Cheese.
Done.
Yeah, exactly. So
There's Italians spinning in their graves right now. But
I had like the mix and everything. I had like the pasta sheets and my mincemeat.
Yeah.
So I was like, right, okay. Layer it up.
mm-hmm.
Layer it up. Layer it up. And the teacher came around and was like, oh, you can get another layer out of that. I was like, well, I can't because the dish is this big and I got like this much mince. Like, no, you can do it. So I was like, okay, fine, did it. Spread it out, everything, cheese on it. Made it. And at the end, when it's all cooked, she comes around and makes sure they all look nice and everything. She went, you got one too many layers on there. I'm like, what? What? And it's just like, you marked me down on it. And I'm just like,
Seething.
fuck this. So it's gone. No. So yeah.
Lasagna.
Did that. And then I was like, oh no. A-levels come. I was like, no, I want to do something IT.
Okay.
So picked IT, did like did IT A-level, which is nothing like IT GCSE.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, no, I'm going to do games.
Definitely doing games.
Not apply for games. I do games.
I like... My problem is that I pick up... I can be average at loads of things. I found, like, if I have a skill, I'm able to grasp things to a degree on everything.
Mm.
It's like one of those people who can just pick something up, figure it out, and then I'll be able to do it. But I'll never master it, because that requires interest.
Yeah.
I learn what I need to learn. The same with anything. So, like, cooking, I love cooking. I love getting burnt. Cutting myself. Because it feels like organic, like I'm doing something.
Yeah.
Like, if I come out, like, in the garden, I can't go out in the garden. If I come in and my hands aren't dirty, or I've not accidentally grazed myself, I feel like I haven't done gardening. I have to have been involved in it.
No, I don't.
And there's like, I don't know, there's some like sort of, not primal, but like really organic thing in me where I'm like, yeah, I gotta get hands on with it. So like with code and stuff like that, I hate it because I'm just staring at a screen. There's no hands. Like if I was able to code in like a Johnny Mnemonic way with like gloves and a headset, and you were able to do like the thing with the Minority Report, just like dropping shit into screens and that, I'd be acing that because that's hands on. But sitting and typing code and looking for mistakes, sod that.
I can. Honestly, I can't do it. Like I know very basic stuff.
Yeah.
It's just putting in the effort to make the basic stuff work.
Yeah.
And I don't know how to do that.
I think
like the tutorials are online. They're just like, oh, here's this code. And it's like, okay, what does that do? And it's like, it does this. And it's like, okay, now what I want someone to do is be like, right, this word means this, and explain it like I'm a child. So I think at uni they're just like, oh yeah, this variable does blah 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 blah, and this does this, and you can't access this and everything. I'm just like white noise. Just like
I'll get that completely. Like my website is, I imagine from like a coder's point of view, my website's an absolute clusterfuck because it's essentially just like periods of code and HTML which I found online and then copied and pasted. And I look at it and I'm like, cool, I know that bit does that. I have no idea why that bit does that. I have no idea what those words mean or those symbols or why it matters when I remove that little one. But it works.
Yeah, I'm the same.
It's the kludging duct tape of a website. And I imagine every part of code I did would be like that. I mean, I've tried 3D modeling. That's one of the few things I've tried with like creation, which I have absolutely abandoned near the beginning, because I could not get to grips with like Blender.
Oh, that UI's awful.
And
it's worth it, but it's awful.
This is the thing. Like, it was one of these things of like, cool. So obviously I do illustration and stuff. And I was like, I can move that into maybe 3D. That'd be an interesting little project I could do. And then I just kind of like go along and animate the cube, made the house. Followed a tutorial on YouTube, got to the end of it, couldn't remake that house without that tutorial.
That's my problem.
And I was like, that's terrible. I should have been able to do this on my own. It's a freaking house.
It's like I followed one to make like a shop, kind of like American style shop, where it's like a shop at the bottom and there's like 3 floors and it's like apartments kind of thing. And I followed it all, like some real nice keyboard shortcuts. I mean, just like working in it so quick. And he was like, now we're going to texture it. I'm not going to show you how to texture it because there's so many videos on that. What? You've got me this far, don't abandon me now.
So you're on your own now.
I was like, cool. And then the following week's like, right, I'm going to try and recreate that. I'm like, right, I'm in the box tool. What do I do? What do I do now?
Yeah.
I was going to rewatch it. I've got a terrible one, I can't do it.
Yeah. My one with Blender is, cool, so I got the camera over here. I don't really know how I move the camera back. I'm in like a top-down view. There's light. Maybe, did I put that light there? It's just like this absolute cluster of it's just like, yeah. I mean, in a way, that's kind of like, I have no interest in VR.
No, me neither.
Completely not. But there is like a slight inkling in the, I've seen like sculpture stuff which people do in VR, and I was like, if they can make that in such a way that I can sculpt like you would with clay in VR and then do 3D on that, I'd be quids in.
So I have no interest in VR at all until I saw a video the other day where people were playing Pictionary with tilt brush.
Right.
And I was like, that's the only reason I would ever get VR, just to play VR Pictionary.
Yeah.
And that's it. Yeah, I have no interest in it at all.
Yeah. I mean, I don't like VR anyway, just because of, I'm claustrophobic. So putting on goggles and standing alone in a room makes you feel kind of small. So it's not a... I don't trust people enough. I don't get people who can go to like a con and try out games in VR, because I'm like, I'm surrounded. Fuck these people. I don't know.
I did that.
Even with people I know, like even if I went with friends, I'd be like, someone's gonna fuck with me.
See,
there's no trust.
Because I tried the PlayStation one at a con.
Right.
And the game I played was so boring.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's because I'm not like playing it right. Because I was just sort of standing there waving like the gun controller around, like shooting stuff, and it's like, this is really boring. Like, it's cool, but like nothing attacks you from behind, so you can't get like snuck up on, which kind of makes sense. But at the same time, there's no threat.
Yeah.
Because like, I can bang, you're dead.
Yeah.
But then people are like, oh, VR's amazing. I was like, Is it?
I mean, it's strange for me because like I remember, I'm not that old, just to clarify. But we didn't have a PlayStation 1 for ages. We had a NES. We had a NES when Sega was already out doing things. So that's how long we had a NES. We had a NES forever. We never had a SNES. We just kept the NES going and going and going. And then PlayStation came out. We didn't buy a PlayStation because we couldn't afford it. So we kept the NES going and going and going. And then PlayStation 2 came out. And then we bought PlayStation 1. So we were always a console behind. But it meant that we kind of had a full length and breadth of what you could do with the NES. So it was like Duck Hunt, Light Gun. That's simple times. That's getting a light gun. The Rumble Vest, which kills your kidneys, which is why it was banned in the US.
Nice.
But like that's such a great idea. Like if you could include that in VR, where there's physical, you'd be so much better off.
I miss light guns.
Yeah.
Playing Time Crisis.
See, that's like that arcade in Nottingham. Me and my brother, because you can play ones for tickets, where there's obviously a series of like luck involved, so it's not skill level. And then you can also play just arcade games, so spend your money on like doing arcade. There's one which is like Jurassic Park, and you're just in like a Humvee with like a great. We need to go to Nottingham sometime. I think this is what we're clarifying here.
BS.
That we need to go to Nottingham right now. And it's on tape now, so we can't take it back.
I know.
If we don't in a month, someone will come kill us. We do need to do a night out, don't we? Because I was trying to remember the last time we were on like a proper night out. It was a while back. Alright, together anyway.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Christmas.
Was it Christmas?
No, I'm not in it.
No, it can't have been Christmas.
No.
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 Nando's, yeah, Nando's.
It was Nando's.
Nando's. And it was leaving do. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was Nando's. But yeah. That was a good night.
It was, yeah.
I think there needs to be more arcade places everywhere. I'd be so happy if they opened an arcade place in Lincoln.
Oh man, I walk past buildings and I'm like, oh, that'd be a sick place.
There's loads of them. I mean, where was it the other day? It was just an empty building. Oh, next to, like near Morrison's, there's like a warehouse next to like what used to be Farm Foods, and it's just a huge blank space.
Oh,
it's like you could just throw games machines in there, and you would be making money hand over fist.
It's like they advertise it at the bowling place. They're like, oh, Namco Bandai Arcade and everything. I'm like, okay, I'll be really sick. Saw a picture of it. There's like little kart racing thing, and then like a little light gun thing, air hockey, and that's kind of it. It's kind of like Hollywood Bowl kind of like level of like arcade. And I was like, it's not the same though.
No.
Like, there's that gaming bar which is pretty good.
Yeah.
It's actually really good. We should go there.
We should. I've been once. I went with Jack, who's on one of the podcasts, and I think we were there on like a really quiet night. It was only recently like open, and we went down. And I don't particularly like the pay by the hour thing. I find that a little bit weird, but it was like we because it was quiet. It was like just stay for as long as you want. Just pay like now, and we'll stay as long as you want. And then we just played Spider-Man repeatedly until.
I think when we first went, there were 6 of us.
Right.
We went and we played like Smash Bros and Mario Kart and stuff. And £10 for like 6 people for an hour. That's not bad. I think if it's like on your own,
yeah,
it's kind of like that's pretty expensive. But if you get like 3 or 4 of you,
I think
like what, $2.50 each?
Yeah, I think it's why I prefer that one in like Nottingham, because you have a card and you have like credit on the card, so you just pay per game, so it doesn't matter like how long it takes you. You could just play on. It's that whole idea of like old arcades where you see how long you could last on one coin, whereas like now you don't get that.
Yeah.
You get trapped. Like, oh no, you got to pay more. Longer you're in there, kind of thing. But no, that's definitely a shame.
Like Raspberry Pis are like what, £30? I don't know, but you can make those run arcades.
There is a Raspberry Pi project I do want to do.
Yeah.
I've seen online of going back to NES, of taking an old NES cartridge, putting a pie in it, which sounds amazing, even if it was just food, and then rigging it so you can play, like, to basically do what the classic NES, new classic NES does, but with a catalogue which is endless.
Yeah. Like, I'd like to just get like a Raspberry Pi set with some games on it. They're real good.
I think there needs to be more of that.
Mm.
Like, I think that's what, like, anything like that's missing now, because, like, obviously you've got companies which are just stacking consoles on consoles. There needs to be more, like, random game development.
There's a thing called a Pico 8. It's like a little kind of like card almost. It's got a screen and like a keyboard attached to it.
Okay.
And that comes with like its own like game kit, so you can make games for it. So it uses something like the screen's something like 16 by 16, so it's like a real small resolution.
Yeah.
There are people that make like full games in it. It looks real cool.
See, the Pi interests me anyway, just because, like, again, because I like the idea of just seeing what you could do with it. Like the amount of things people are doing. Like there's like a great little simple one where someone rigged like a curtain on a rail to a Pi, and then they coded it to like pick up people walking by, so the curtain moves with the person.
That's cool.
So they have like a small window, but it's like the curtain just moves with the person. And I was like, that's fantastic. That's like such a novelty, and I'd want to spend more of my time doing that.
Yeah, like real random things.
Just doing like random junk, like where you can program your lights to come on and off, or hardwire your kettle to go on or something like that.
Yeah. So there's like a board, I think it's like an Arduino or something, where it comes like all modular. It's just like a board, like it's like a, I guess like a memory, like a motherboard kind of thing. You just snap bits to it.
Oh shit.
And you can hook it up to like different like coding. I think Visual Studios like Unity and stuff can use it.
Yeah.
So you can hook that up and like make your own controller, or you can have like a light sensor or motion sensor and make like custom like inputs.
That's what we need.
It looks real cool.
We need more custom.
More custom.
Not get bogged down in code.
No.
We just need a lot of things which you can. It needs to be Lego. That's what you need.
Yeah.
We need games consoles which are like Lego. So you can just pick up shit and plug it together, and the world would be there. I think so. Anyway.
It'd be sweet.
That's what you should do, bro. I don't know anything about this, so you can go.
I don't know anything about this.
I don't know. You know more
I'm
than
the
me.
ideas guy. At least I want to be the facilitator.
So essentially, we've got two producers.
Yeah, pretty much.
So now we need developers
Pretty much.
and coders and people who are interested in that kind of thing, and people who are anal enough to be able to make that work, but also put up with our constant idea changes.
Pretty much. That's pretty much it. Yeah.
That's just the future of technology. That'll be our entire generation. We'll all just sit there with ideas while people with actual skill can produce things.
Yeah. My skill is making sure everything's done. That's my skill.
Management.
Yes.
Okay, time management. Except you can't finish your own projects. So that puts a slight...
It's because I can't develop. That's the thing. I can manage it. I can manage time well, like on a professional level. Personal level, can't do it at all.
So you need a source. You need HR to go find you developers.
Yeah.
That's a real like narrow set of skills.
Yeah.
So if someone turns up at the door with like 10 people, you'd be fine.
Yeah. I'll be fine. Right, I need you to do this. You do that. There you go. Get cracking.
Okay. Project management, but
Also not.
but not not actually doing anything.
Disorganized project management.
Okay.
That's probably the better way to do it.
Right. I think there's a beauty to that. I mean, that's just essentially how I make work. Start with something and then throw shit at it. Some of it'll stick, you know. Hopefully. I mean, it's still covered in shit, but you know. I think that could be a beautiful end to this podcast, bro.
I think so too.
Yeah. That neither of us have skill. We just project manage the shit.
Yeah. Yeah. We can just tell people what to do and sort it out.
That's the way. So if anyone's out there who has skill and would like to be exploited, so we get paid slightly more than they would, but yeah, they do all the work.
It's for the stress.
We'll take the stress.
Yeah.
We're stress absorbers.
Exactly.
Yes. Who can change sleep patterns at will, like chameleons. Stress chameleons.
Yes. I like that.
The stress chameleons of the new age. I like it. It's beautiful. Thanks for coming, bro.
No worries.
And chatting on the podcast. We'll talk to you guys later.